everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Susan Timchak. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'd like to welcome you. What I wanted to share with you, let me put a light on here. I'm not sure. The sun is shining, but I'm not sure if that's quite enough. I have the blinds closed, so I'm not blinded by the sun. But don't know about you, but I'm enjoying seeing the sun. We've had a lot of rain here in Pennsylvania. It's nice to see it. But anyhow, back to why we're here. I wanted to share with you a card. I'm actually going to be sharing with you a few cards that we made. I had a birthday class on Friday, and two new stamp sets that I just got from the new catalog. Of course, I couldn't wait to ink them all up. So first one is Magical Mermaid, and I don't know what it is anymore, but it just seems like mermaids are everywhere. So I didn't want to miss the boat, pardon the pun on that one. And I went ahead and got this stamp set, and I couldn't wait to just sit down and have a play with it. So hence the card that I'm going to show for you. The second one is this background stamp, and this is a big background stamp. It's actually the size of, oops, sorry about that, I hit the cord. The size of a whole front sheet of cardstock. Let me just make sure that that didn't ruin you guys too much. No, you still look like you're okay, or I'm okay. So this one is a lot of fun because I'm seeing coffee swirled with cream. I'm seeing the ocean background, which is what we're going to use today. I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of variations on that. Excuse me. And I'm still, I cut the grass before, and my allergies are just killing me this time of year, and especially after I cut the grass, it just seems like it makes it worse. So, all right, here we go. I'm using an Emerald Envy cardstock along with the Emerald Envy ink, and I believe this is Soft Sky, but I believe this cardstock is Pool Party. And I'm using something brand new that is a return for Stampin' Up! And this is glossy cardstock. And if you've been a fan of glossy cardstock in the past, I missed it. It's been gone for years, but I'm so happy that it's back. And it just gives a really nice, really nice, well, the colors are very vibrant is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to go ahead with this marbled stamp, and we're going to take our ink pad, and I'm not using a block. I find you don't really, well, I don't really need to use a block. So, and I'm sorry if I'm wiggling and jiggling the camera. Next week, I'm hoping to have a new table and a new setup and more room. It just seems like I just never have enough room. So I'm going to go ahead and put that glossy cardstock face down, and I'm just going to use one of my blocks, and I'm going to go ahead, and it doesn't matter the back if I get ink on the back, because no one's going to see that. Okay, so let's lift that off, and look at that effect that you get. Now you do want to set that aside a little bit. I have my cleaning pad over here, and I'm just going to kind of tuck my things over there. You want to set it aside because it's glossy cardstock and it does take a little bit longer to dry. So we'll put that aside. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, here, a few other pieces of the glossy paper that I used different colors on. I had shown this on Facebook right after I had gotten the background set. So look how beautiful the colors look. I'm loving it. Okay, Dory. Dory's trying to come up here. I got too much going on here, Dory. You'll have to come back later, honey buns. All right, so I'm going to take this stamp here, which is seaweed. And let me get my Emerald Envy. I already have it cut. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. So you get 2 cards out of 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock sheet. So Emerald Envy on Emerald Envy. Life cannot get better than that, right? So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to do some generation stamping where I'm not going to ink it up, you know, after, in between. Just kind of give me a little background there. of some, let me close this up, of a little background there, just, you know, of some seaweed coming up. Okay. Oh boy, this throat is really going to kill me here. Okay, so I'm going to need my mermaid, and I'm going to need, we're going to go ahead and make this a birthday. And the saying says, have a magical birthday. So let me grab another acrylic block, and this is a red rubber mount stamp set. It also comes in wood. All right, so before I go ahead and I just want to share with you, this is one of our Stampin' Right markers, and they come in all of our wonderful colors. And I'm using the Berry Burst in color. It's a new ink color. Our markers are fun in that they have two tips on them, and these little lines will indicate that this is the thicker tip and this is the thinner. One for coloring, one for writing, or coloring in small places. So let me show you a fun technique. You can use any of the markers. If you can't afford to get all of our ink pads, go ahead and buy a set of the markers, and you can use them to ink up your stamps. You do want to use the side of it. You don't want to go down using the tip because we don't want to ruin the tip. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to color in with the Berry Burst on a piece of glossy. And you do want to be careful with glossy because it can slip. You can have a little slip there, and that wouldn't be good. So I'm using a 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to be careful when I do this because I don't want to smear that. And I'm just going to punch that out. And I'm going to go ahead and put that aside to dry. All right. Oh, there I go, hitting that cord again. I'm trying to charge and have a headset at the same time. So, multitasking. All right, I am using the basic black archival ink pad here and another acrylic block. Put our mermaid on. I'm going to go ahead and bring back in that marbled background. And because this stamp is a little bit larger than ink pad, and because I want to make sure I get a good coverage here, I'm just going to take the ink pad to the stamp this time. You can do it this way too. Either way, whatever you feel comfortable with. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp her. Let's have her go this way. Kind of at an angle. Press down, hold for a second, lift, and there she is. All right. Okie doke. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to color her in. We do want to make sure she is dry though. So la 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 la. Okay. All right. So I'm using markers to color her in. This is the Cajun Craze. I'm using the, to turn it this way to read it, Emerald's Envy. This is the Dapper Denim. This is the one we used before, the Berry Burst. And this one for the flesh tone, I'm using Blushing Bride. So we'll go ahead with the Blushing Bride first. And I'm just going to color over. I am being cautious not to go where that black edge is of the stamping, just because everything is water-based. So because this is a light color, I just don't want to smear my colors. But if you go over it like a second and third time, you can get different deeper shades as you like. Now the Cajun, I'm going to use that for her hair. Just going to color that in. And you'll notice if you have colored before with markers on Whisper White cardstock, very vanilla cardstock, you will notice that sometimes you can't really go over too much because you end up, the paper gets too wet, kind of gets a little pilled up. But with this type of, boy, I'm losing my words today. With the glossy cardstock, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give her a little tail here, a little color. And I probably should have done this ahead of time and had one already so you don't have to watch me color. Although some people think it's kind of soothing. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm just going to kind of pick different areas and color her in on her tail. Let's go ahead with a little bit of the Emerald Envy. Give her tail a little color like that. And a little of the Berry Burst. Because, I don't know, I just envision mermaid tails as having various colors to it, not just one. So that's my envision anyhow. I don't know if it's true. I've never really met a mermaid. I'm not sure if any of you have or not. So maybe you could leave a comment below and let me know what colors you would do your mermaid. Let's see, let's pull in this and maybe one more of the Dapper Denim. And I think we should be good. Okay, we get the gist of that. Maybe not my best coloring, just because I'm trying to hurry. Not making it perfect. Oh, I have to not forget her little headband here. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right, so now let's do a little bit of assembly, shall we? I'm going to use my snail adhesive. I'm going to assume that's dry. And we're going to kind of do it off kilter a little bit, like that. And on our card, my bone folder is not currently nearby, we're going to use a little bit of this Pool Party ribbon. This is really beautiful ribbon. This is a shimmer ribbon with the color, again, Pool Party. I'm going to take, I know everybody is like, oh no, bows, bows. Ribbon, usually ribbon, as soon as they see ribbon, they get scared and they all run away. So we're just going to, okay, why isn't that working? Add a little bit more. Going to add a little piece onto the side, just like this. Easy peasy, right? All right, just like that. Now, if you wanted to, you can make a little bow. Let me show you how I make my bows. Take one loop, take this piece, wrap it around to the front. Oh, let me do that again. It's a little slippery. I usually do it real fast, so doing it slow is kind of hard for me. So see in there where my finger is, I'm going to take this ribbon and push it through, which is going to create another loop, and then pull it. And tighten it up, and you can make it whatever size you want. How's that? Pretty good, huh? Practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid of the ribbon. There's a lot of easy ways you can tie a ribbon or just go ahead and do a bow. Okay, I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals, my little saying. Well, let's go ahead and, oh boy, adhere this to the card front first. And we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to kind of go a little wonky. The whole card seems to be a little wonky. Okay, I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I hope I make it through this video. Let me get my water here. Like I said, it seems worse after I go out and do any type of yard work, especially cutting grass, because it just kind of pulls everything up. All right, so, oh boy, I apologize so much for my voice, so please bear with me. Put a little bit of snail adhesive there. We'll stick our ribbon there. And What card is not complete without a little bling? We got a little shimmer, now we need a little bling. So we're going to use our Stampin' rhinestones. And I'm going to pick these off by using the tip of my scissors. And just going to plop some down. You can put some on here if you like. You can put them down here just to add a little bling wherever you choose to add your bling. Or fling the rhinestones just as like I did. All right, where to put? Okay, there. All right, so there you have it. There is your Have a Magical Birthday and your mermaid card. And that was one of the cards we created. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you back here again real soon and sending along some glimmer hugs to you all and mermaid hugs too. Have a good day there, people. Bye-bye.